There are thousands of videos in the internet regarding prompt engineering. Yes, I haven't seen thousands of them, but I have seen at least hundreds. In this video, I'm gonna summarize all of my knowledge into a framework that you have seen in the thumbnail of this video. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Alright, before we move forward, I want you guys to understand or ask yourself this question. Normal মানুষ যারা তারা কিভাবে like prompts লেখে in ChatGPT. But before you answer that, I have another question for you guys. আপনাদের মধ্যে কারা কারা ক্রিস্টোফার নোলানের ইন্টারস্টেলার মুভিটা দেখেছেন? Whoever has seen it, write your name in the comment section that you have seen this movie in eto year, and then I will reply back to you. Anyway, so Christopher Nolan Interstellar movie is all about, like theory of relativity. It's a very fascinating physics concept that you guys might have learned or have heard. So আমি যেটা করেছিলাম যখন ফার্স্ট মুভিটা দেখেছি তখন আমি actually I haven't understood one single thing, but কিছুদিন আগে I gave it a rewatch and then I was like fascinated to the power infinity. So if you want to understand the theory of relativity or the concept of this interstellar movie, like normal মানুষরা basically কি লিখবে, right? So for an example, normal people is gonna come to ChatGPT. ChatGPT তে আসবে এসে এই জায়গাটায় basically একটা prompt লিখবে. So prompt লেখার পরে what they're gonna write, it will be exactly something like this. What is theory of relativity? Right? So এইখানে basically ChatGPT যেটা করবে what it is good at. So basically special relativity, key concepts, like relativity of simultaneity. I have no idea about what does it mean. Time dilation. সবকিছু নিয়ে ও বেসিক্যালি অনেক গুরু গম্ভীর একটা ব্যাপার স্যাপার ও বেসিক্যালি বলবে, রাইট? এখানে অনেক কিছু লিখেছে ইমপ্লিকেশনস, আর এখনও লিখেই যাচ্ছে। গ্র্যাভিটেশনাল টাইম ডিলেশন অনেক কিছু লিখেছে। আই এম প্রিটি শিওর আই ডোন্ট আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড এনিথিং, অ্যান্ড আই এম শিওর ইফ ইউ আর নট আ ফিজিক্স মেজর, I'm pretty sure you will not understand it. But then again, I want you to understand তার মানে কি? তার মানে কি don't we like people want to understand what is like theory of relativity? কিন্তু এমন না. If you are a prompt engineer or if you're a prompter, then you will basically understand or you will basically able to ask ChatGPT how you want the answer of this question. সো আমি যে প্রথমে যে ফ্রেমওয়ার্কটা কথা বললাম না, আমি ফ্রেমওয়ার্কটাকে দ্য পিসিসিসিটি ফ্রেমওয়ার্ক, এই ফ্রেমওয়ার্কটাকে যদি আমি এই জায়গাটায় লিখি, and you see PCCT, this P stands for persona, C stands for context. Let me like zoom it for you. This P stands for persona, the C stands for context, the small c stands for constraints, and the capital T stands for tone. So if you can see this persona, I am basically telling ChatGPT, you are a physician of Oxford University. What is the context? Context মানে কি? ChatGPT আমি কি বুঝাবো? ChatGPT আমি বেসিক্যালি বুঝতে বলছি যে explain me the theory of relativity that is shown in the interstellar movie, right? And then constraints মানে হচ্ছে যেহেতু পুরো জিনিসটা হচ্ছে it's very difficult for me to understand. So আমি তাকে বলে দিচ্ছি যে make me understand everything in 5 bullet points at the summary section, right? And the tone মানে হচ্ছে কিভাবে সে বলবে, explain it to me in a way that I'm a student of grade 8. So you see this constraint, এই constraint-এর ব্যাপারটা না, you can basically say 6 bullet points, 10 bullet points, or like in other languages or in any other way that you want your boundary to be set with, right? And then now you can see ChatGPT is basically answering in exactly the way that I want, right? You see there is like explanation over here, time dilation. In the movie, when the astronauts travel near a massive black hole called Gargantua, time passes much slower for them compared to people on Earth. And then this is due to called blah blah blah. If you guys have seen the movie, you will always understand. But the best part about this is this whole thing, these black holes and gravity, this space-time curvature, these wormholes, everything, this is like explained in such an easy way for you to understand, right? The movie features a wormhole in a Saturn, a theoretical tunnel through space-time that connects distant parts. So you see, this is the like the work of a prompter. You basically, by using this framework that I have taught you guys, you are gonna get fantastic result from ChatGPT. And then if you want to get everything in 5 bullet points, here you go. So it is basically showing it to you that Time slows down near massive objects. Black holes have extreme gravity. Space and time are linked in a fabric called space-time. Wormholes are theoretical. You know, this is like crazy interesting stuff. Like, right, guys? Like, if you want to understand like very complex physics, chemistry theory, then you can use this exact framework. All right, this is level 1. Let's jump into level 2. So what is basically level 2? Let me open up a new chat for this ChatGPT. So level 2 is basically taking the level 1 into the next step. So for an example, আমি কিন্তু এখন I'm basically running YouTube channel, right? So I'm basically telling ChatGPT যে দেখো আমি সামনে আমার ভিডিও প্রোডাকশনের জন্য আমি একটা টিম বিল্ড করতে চাচ্ছি, রাইট? সো টিম বিল্ড করার জন্য আমাদের কি করতে হয়, বিভিন্ন ইন্টারভিউতে আমরা যখন যাই তখন ইন্টারভিউর আমাদের বিভিন্ন ধরনের কোয়েশ্চেন করে, বিহেভিয়ারাল কোয়েশ্চেন করে, অ্যান্ড এখন লাইক the organizations which are really good, they ask us behavioral questions like situation related question ask করে, so that they can understand আমি কিভাবে কোনো একটা চ্যালেঞ্জকে ফেস করি and then কোনো একটা কনফ্লিক্টে রেজলিউট করি, right? So I'm actually telling ChatGPT over here, act as a hiring manager with experience in video production and team building in YouTube channels. You see, I have used the framework, the persona. I have already given ChatGPT the persona, and then I go down and then I'm giving it the context over here. So what is the context over here? The context over here is I've decided to hire a candidate to help me edit my YouTube channel's video. The ideal candidate should be able to blah blah blah. This is like all, you can read it over here. And then at the constraint and the tone part, I have basically given it some behavioral questions that I want it from the ChatGPT. And also, like in the level 2, I basically ask me questions if you don't understand my prompts. So this is very important. I'm basically asking ChatGPT that you can ask me questions so that I can craft relevant answers for you, right? So ChatGPT has basically got back to me by telling, certainly to better tailor behavioral questions, could you provide a bit more context about your YouTube channel? You see, so whenever I answer this, ChatGPT is going to give fantastic answers for the questions or for the prompt that I have given it. Let me answer it, all right? So my one is educational. Once per week. Yes. OBS Studio. Yes. Showing creativity in each video. Yes. I will share a brand kit. All right. So ChatGPT, before it wanted to give me any answer, it has asked me some further questions যেন ও আমার যে প্রম্পটটা আমি দিয়েছি ওই জন্য আমাকে খুব ভালোভাবে প্রম্পটের অ্যান্সার দিতে পারে। And the magic has already started, guys. As you can see, this is everything that the ChatGPT has given me. See? So আমি যদি কিছু কোয়েশ্চেন যদি অলরেডি দেখি, over here I can see this creativity and initiative. Can you describe a time when you took a routine or mundane task and added your creativity? Independence and problem solving part জিজ্ঞেস করতে বলতেছে। Can you give an example of a project where you had to work independently and face a significant challenge? This is amazing, right? Like, you also do not need to write interview questions. Consistency and branding এর ব্যাপারে আমি যে বলেছি যে আমি যে ব্র্যান্ড কিট শেয়ার করবো, এখন ও বলছে, can you share an example when you had to create the content? This is amazing, right? So this is how ChatGPT can help us. And then let's jump back to level 3. So what is level 3? Level 3 is something that I think is gonna help people who are students or doing assignments in universities. It is basically called getting a solid output by depending on some input. So for an example, let me show you these guys, all right? So আমি এখানে basically বলে দিচ্ছি যে describe a historical figure in the following format. By format, what do I mean? So there are some things that I want to show you guys. Here is a name over here. আমি বলছি যে Isaac Newton birth and date ওর হচ্ছে এটা, and then again I'm telling him what are the major contributions for him, right? So এই জায়গাটা আমি basically ওকে already I have copy pasted this from Wikipedia, and then I have told it যে ঠিক আছে This is something that I have given you as an input. Now give me an output. All right. See, it is telling me about Marie Curie, Galileo Galilei, and then Leonardo da Vinci. Like everything that I want to know. It is basically picking up historical figures from the internet and basically just projecting it in my screen. It's gonna go on and on and on. So this is pretty amazing, right? So I have only given it some input regarding Albert Einstein, and then it has basically given me inputs regarding Leonardo da Vinci. And then if I go a bit down, then I can see Marie Curie and all other stuffs. So this is a perfect example of what we call getting a perfect output by a framed input that you guys have taught ChatGPT. All right, guys, that's it. I have shown you and taught you 3 levels of prompting to use in ChatGPT. If you love it, do subscribe to my channel and share it into your Facebook profiles. Adios.